What's up? Check out this blunt and honest review from the Jock and Nerd Podcast. That's us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy.
What's up, guys?
Jock and Nerd. All right, fellas, let's get to this week's movie review. We are going to be discussing Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. Here's your spoiler alert.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
This is the movie produced, written, and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. It is his 10th movie. This one inspired by, loosely based on a 1990 novel called Vineland by Thomas Pynchon. And he has adapted a Thomas Pynchon novel before. So before we continue, let's just baseline Paul Thomas Anderson. What is your history with his films? Anthony.
PTA?
Old PTA, the Parent Teacher Association.
Yeah, PTA. I've seen a couple of his films. Okay. So this is his 10th.
Correct.
I've seen Magnolia. We reviewed that on the show.
Yep.
And I've seen There Will Be Blood.
Yep.
Both of those movies I watched when I was more into just watching anything. But I haven't seen a lot of his films. That said, Magnolia I did not connect with at all. Found that movie to be very strange. Maybe I need to give that a rewatch. There Will Be Blood I found to be, I don't think it's like a super exciting film, but I really appreciated the craft of that film. The story I thought was interesting. And it's a very singular performance by Daniel Day-Lewis. I think a lot of people consider There Will Be Blood his best film.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a strong history of PTA, but I mean, I know who he is. I know the history behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I might watch some more PTA films at some point, but curious what you guys think.
So, real quick, the 10 movies starting in 1996, Hard Eight, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, There Will Be Blood, The Master, Inherent Vice, Phantom Thread, Licorice Pizza, and One Battle After Another. Ruggs, what's your relationship to the Paul Thomas Anderson?
Well, I saw Boogie Nights. That was the first movie I saw of his.
Yeah.
Then I watched Magnolia. I like Boogie Nights a lot, just because it's funny to see Mark Wahlberg be a porn star, and Heather Graham is in that movie. And there's a lot of like
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, you got the introduction to him, and William H. Macy's
Burt
in
Reynolds?
that.
Is it Burt Reynolds?
Yeah. So it's pretty. It's a pretty great film. It's you don't forget it after you see it. Magnolia's. I like Magnolia. I really like. I got into that movie. I've been watching all of his movies. Not all. There Will Be Blood, Inherent Vice. I've seen about an hour and a half of Phantom Thread. I've seen The Master. I've seen Punch Drunk Love. I haven't seen Hard Eight. I think all of them are good. They're all. I can't recommend them because they're not for everybody. These movies. Yeah, they're long. They're laborious. Yeah. They take themselves seriously. Or sometimes they're even odd.
Yeah.
Some of the movies, like Magnolia, is odd at times. It's like,
Raining Frogs.
Yeah, it does weird shit. So,
did you see Licorice Pizza?
Yes, I enjoyed that one too.
Well, for myself, I have seen Boogie Nights. I really like Boogie Nights. I've seen Magnolia. We reviewed it. I do like Magnolia. I mean, Tom Cruise, respect the cock. Come on.
Yeah,
it's the best shit. I've seen Punch Drunk Love, and it's a very strange movie. And I don't know if it's because Adam Sandler is doing very not Adam Sandler thing, and it's good, but it's a very weird movie. And I haven't seen the rest, but to your point, he is an acquired taste. His movies are not for everyone. And they're all very long, but they're all very thematic and meaningful. And I know, the Oscar crowd loves them, cinephiles, whenever he's got.
Yeah, he's big amongst the cinephiles. He's never been like a big box office draw. So No Country. There Will Be Blood, I think, is the most that's ever made. And it was like 75 million.
76 million. That's his highest grossing movie. Correct.
He doesn't try to appeal to broad audiences. His movies are very much long, talky movies about flawed characters and a lot of like subverting of expectations, kind of dark at times.
But, he's auteur, and he is one of the most important, I think, writer-directors working right now.
But he really has a handle on what he's doing. He doesn't do the same thing over and over again. he does similar things. Like he has long movies,
right? But there's no style, you see,
and
right?
And they're intricate,
yeah.
And you do get good performances in those movies, and each movie does kind of different things. Yeah. But yeah, he is a good director, and you're gonna get great music. You're gonna get great editing,
great cinematography,
all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff is in his movies. So, if anything, even if the movie doesn't really float your boat, all that technical stuff is there.
The craft.
And Ron, I will say, only because there might be some people that are big PTA fans, he does have a distinct style.
Okay, I mean,
he'll do like the shots where people are walking and you follow them walking from behind.
Oh yeah, and then like close-ups with their head,
a lot of very like facial expressions are big on him. He'll linger on things.
Yeah, so he'll linger on.
He does have his own style, but to Ruggs' point, he doesn't make the same type of move, like in terms of There Will Be Blood, like a period Western,
right,
and then like fandom threads about a fucking dressmaker, right? So they're all different in that sense.
I mean, but it's not as stylistically defined as like a Tarantino or a Spike Lee. No. But he does have a style. You're right.
Well, and he's not, it's not like his brother Wes Anderson, which is he's not his brother.
His brother, is it? Yeah. That fucking guy.
Stylistic movies, right?
Fucking Andersons. They're not related, right? No relation.
No, they're not related.
Anyways, back to One Battle After Another. On Rotten Tomatoes, critic score holding at 96% here. Audience popcorn meter, 85%. What's that Metacritic score there? I believe it's like a 9.6 or something, Anthony. Can you look that up real quick?
Yeah, I'll look it up. I know on Letterboxd, as I looked that up, is at a 4.5 out of 5.
Whoa.
Which on Letterboxd, that's insanely high. That's very, very high. One Battle After Another, 95 on Metacritic, which is
so. This
universal.
is easily Paul Thomas Anderson's highest rated Rotten Tomatoes movie. Now here's where things get interesting, because usually he makes these movies for like $40-50 million. The budget on this, the range is $130 to $175 million.
Oh shit!
DiCaprio gets $20 million of that. I heard also.
20, I heard 25, but yeah.
25, okay. It might have been, Jesus fuck. Yeah, so DiCaprio gets 25 of that. Let's say 150. Jeez, it's huge budget. How does it do? Well, it does open number one. This is the first number one opening for Paul Thomas Anderson and the biggest opening for Paul Thomas Anderson at $22.4 million opening weekend domestic. Currently global, it's sitting at $48.5 million. So I know I know they want to make their money back, but this is going to be an Oscars play more than a box office play. I don't know what you're getting into, right?
Yeah, I mean, the budget was very high for a Paul Thomas Anderson film. Warner Brothers has been on a streak of $40 million openings. That's obviously gone away.
Yes.
This is more of like you said, a long-term play, right? So I think they've made a lot of money this year. They want to, hopefully this movie has legs with the reviews. Yeah. Also, they will probably campaign this film for Oscars whenever there's Oscar buzz and a movie wins the best picture. There is a lot of money to be made in terms of re-release in the movie theaters, which will probably happen also like video on demand. So I think that this is more of a long play. Yeah. They're definitely not going to make their money back.
That's what I was going to say. I don't see this thing making its money back.
I think that the only way it makes money is that if it becomes a thing online, like on Twitter or wherever, because it is a revolutionary movie against, once again, Nazism and white supremacy. Yeah. So, and that's very, very relevant right now. Yeah. So maybe people don't know what this movie is. And so maybe they'll get into it. Maybe it'll be like a thing. Oh, we should watch this movie. It's about what's going on right now.
Yeah. I think they're banking on it being like considered one of the best movies ever.
Like a sleeper, maybe.
Word of mouth, a conversation starter.
It's made decent money. It's just the budget's so high that it's going to need. I think the report is like around 300 million worldwide, which is very hard to get.
So you did mention Warner Brothers as their 40 million opening streak is broken, but this is the 8th straight movie to open above $20 million. Warner Brothers doing really well. They have now crossed $4 billion globally for this year. The first studio to make $4 billion. So you know what? They could toss in some of that Minecraft money fucking on top of this, cover it up. They're going for the Oscar nominations. We already mentioned No Country for Old Men was his highest grossing at 76 million.
No, you're saying the wrong thing. There Will Be Blood.
Sorry. There Will Be Blood. I got confused with the thing.
They both came out the same year.
And they were both Best Pictures, and they're both very similar, but they're not.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing were the formats this movie was being shown in. IMAX 70 millimeter actually accounted for 51% of the domestic ticket sales. Came from premium formats. It's also in VistaVision, which is only available at 4 screens in the whole world. So good luck. I've heard people flying out to see 70 millimeter digital and VistaVision for this movie. That's how crazy some of these Paul Thomas Anderson. But I can see it's fun.
Well, there's also like ever since Sinners came out, there's a renewed focus with what Ryan Coogler did on like, hey, if they're shooting it in like a specific format, you should go out of your way to see that format, like 70 millimeter or VistaVision in this instance.
And I mean, I saw it in the Dolby Laser. I didn't see it in IMAX, but it was really good. The main cast here, Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, Teyana Taylor, and Chase Infinity playing the daughter in her first feature film. She was recently on the Apple Plus TV show Presumed Innocence with Jake Gyllenhaal as the daughter on that show. And this is her first movie. Anthony.
Yes.
What happens in this R-rated 2-hour, 48-minute, one battle after another?
One battle after another is about a group of revolutionaries that start with Leonardo DiCaprio and Teyana Taylor. Leo's character falls in love with one of the revolutionaries and has a kid with her. And all the trouble they've caused in their past starts to haunt them 16 years later when one of the guys, played by Sean Penn, that they fucked with, is now in pursuit of the kid that Leo and Teyana Taylor have had because he needs to eliminate this kid for reasons that you will find out if you watch the movie or listen to this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, it's just a father trying to protect his kid, but so much shit happens. Having said that, Anthony, how'd you feel about one battle after it was over?
I mean, this was my most hyped movie of the fall. One of the most hyped movies you'll ever see in terms of if you look at any sort of critics or fans or anything like that. So I was pretty excited walking in, and overall, I mean, I've given it some time. I think it is a very, very, very good film. Very, very, very good. I haven't seen a ton of PTA, but I would say of the PTA I've seen and I know about, this is probably his most palatable film for wide audiences. Yep. I think it's kind of up our alley, right? Essentially, it's a action thriller chase movie with, family drama and real world allegories happening. I'm not even allegories. I mean, he's copying things that are happening right now. But I found it to be overall a really fun movie. Maybe I was a little almost too excited about it because I'm still battling with not intended there. I'm still wrestling with like how good it really is.
Yeah.
But I that's not to say that I don't like it. I think it's a fun ride. I think it's a movie where, I mean, it was 2 hours and 48 minutes and I was locked in the whole movie. Like normally a long movie like that, I'm like, okay, I got to fucking take a break. I thought it was surprisingly really funny. I thought there was some great action. I thought there was some really good performances. I thought, if you want to dive deeper into some of the themes, I think they're there. We can get into some of the specifics, but I thought, just the way it was shot and the performance, especially Sean Penn and the way he like walks around with a stick up his ass.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many things to like about it. So I can see why people really, really like it. But I am wrestling with like how good I think it is compared to other movies I've seen this year. Yeah. But it's definitely very, very good.
Okay, Ruggs, how'd you feel when the movie was over?
I felt pretty good. I like this movie. I don't think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I have problems with it, but it's every movie. But I thought it was very good. Is it his best? I don't think so, but I think I enjoyed this a lot. I feel like this is one of the more rewatchable of his movies. There's some funny moments. I want to rewatch it. Yeah. I want to see it again because there's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of little things you can pick out, like his music choices and his editing choices and the shots. Some of these shots that are in this movie are just incredible. Like that chase scene at the end,
it's great,
where they're going over the hills. It builds so much tension, and the music is perfect, and everything kind of. And it's nothing like, you know what? It's nothing major going on.
No,
it's just how he's shooting.
Yeah, it's a straight line chase.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
follow
like
it.
So like think about that. It's not like a Terminator 2 where they're fucking doing all this crazy stunt work and dun 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 dun, know, but it has got as much tension as that.
Absolutely, because of the hills and the cars disappearing. And
it's a very Hitchcockian type thing.
Yeah.
So I quite like that. I like a lot of the things. I mean, that whole when they're trying to get all these people that are out, the what do you call them? The immigrants that are staying there, and they're trying to shuffle them out, and they have a whole process. And Benicio del Toro is just calm as a cucumber the whole time.
Sensei is great.
He never shows that he's like flipping out. Like all of these things, like character things that are happening, they're all very enjoyable. And Leonardo DiCaprio does a great performance. The daughter is great.
She's fantastic.
Sean Penn is a kind of a weird character. The obviously the white supremacist.
Yeah, he's great.
He's got layers. But continue.
Yeah. So there's things in this movie where there's more to it. There's more than it seems, and it's enjoyable. And I think it's rewatchable for a long ass movie. I'd still probably like to check it out a second time. And I can't say that about a lot of 3-hour movies.
Yeah, no, I will agree. When this was over, I was like, that was a fucking wild ride. It's it is his most like commercial accessible movie, which is crazy, and it's like fun, and like you said, Anthony, surprisingly funny. I love the performances. I love Leo in this. It is propulsive, like so much. They barely give you time to breathe. The fucking, even though most of the movie takes place over like 2 days, so much shit happens, and it's constantly moving, and it's topical. The characters are great. I'm still like this wondering, did I care enough? Did we need more development? Because it's really,
did you care enough?
I mean, I did. Like the story is a little messy in a fun way, but it's really more of a vibe. The movie dips in. It's like totally kind of all over the place, but it's a vibe that kind of carries it through. Which I was digging. It had, you know what? I was trying to think what it reminded me of. Reminds me a little bit of like Coen Brothers, Big Lebowski meets Tarantino meets Alfred Hitchcock. But it had what Caught Stealing was missing, what I thought it was missing to connect it and keep the story moving.
Yeah, it did it. This one has more of an urgency to it that feels like there's more at stake here.
Yeah.
I think in that other movie that we just mentioned, Caught Stealing, like that thing could have been over really quickly.
Yes.
Like, there was no way this movie had to happen the way it happened almost because he had to save his kid. And so the only thing I didn't like about this movie was the ending. I thought the ending was very, very weak.
Well, what's funny is it is like we said, his movies aren't for everyone. I took my sister to see this and I really liked this movie. She did not like this movie. And she's never seen any other Paul Thomas Anderson movies. And she was not a fan. So I thought that was interesting.
I mean, there's going to be, I want to get to the ending a little bit later. Because but I do think that's something that we're talking about. So put a pin in that, Imran. Let's get to that ending in a little bit. But I do think there are going to be people that go and watch this film and like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
A lot of it's because also the marketing, like, I don't know that they knew how to market this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's not really any one thing.
It's genre defying. It's a little bit of everything.
But I will say, it's hard for me to say, if this is his best, given I've only seen a few of his movies. Yeah. But I think it's safe to say at this point that this is the movie that most people would like if they watched a PTA film.
Yeah.
Like, this one is going to appeal to the widest audience.
Absolutely.
Whereas if you recommend any other PTA film, I think you'll get more people, more casuals be like, nah, that's not right.
What exactly did your sister not like about it? Did she vocalize it at all?
Yeah. She was like,
long.
She said it was too long and it was, she didn't really connect with any of the characters. She wanted more depth and she was confused. Like,
more depth.
What was the movie about? Because it was all over the place. Like, was it about the sensei? Was it about Bob? Was it about, the colonel.
It's about the father, Leo, and his daughter.
And his daughter. Essentially, that's
interesting, though.
Yeah.
I think, your sister's smart.
Yeah.
I would the depth is actually where I think it really shines, because each of these characters, like if you go, okay, Sean Penn, he's just a Nazi.
Yeah.
He's not really. He's a fucking general that like has a fetish for black women.
He's a conflicted white supremacist. So look, let's talk about that prologue. There's a very long prologue in the movie. It doesn't really kick into gear until we get to the 16-year-old Willa at the Bacton Cross. But this prologue is fascinating, and it moves so quickly, but it really it sets up Perfidia, the mom, and Bob, and what they're doing, and how she feels about being a mom. It sets up the interaction with Lockjaw, where she's enjoying having him maintain an erection as she has him at gunpoint, and she's kind of into it. And he is instantly smitten with this girl who's holding a gun at him. And, then she doesn't want to be a mom. She feels jealous of the baby. And she goes on a bank robbery, ends up shooting a guy. She gets arrested and turns rat and kind of rats him out, goes into witness protection, tells him where all the other gang members are, with the French 75, and then fucks off to Mexico and never comes back at all. We just get a letter at the end. So all of this is what did you think about this opening? Did it work? What stood out?
I thought I'm not going to say most of the things in this movie, if not all, worked for me.
Okay.
I think that the opening is, one of those where, it seems like it's a very serious movie when you watch the opening. Yeah. It's very, they filmed this over a year ago, so it's very timely to see some of that stuff that you're seeing. It's almost a little bit uncomfortable watching some of that.
Yes, it's crazy. Ice rates
but I think it sets the mood for like one of the bigger themes, and also these characters. So you mentioned Tiana Taylor's character, Perfidia. She's all about the revolution, and she's like, just because I had a kid doesn't mean I can't stop doing this. But like, she loses track of like the family aspect, whereas Leo's like, we got a family.
This is priority now. This baby.
Well, I think that it shows how layered in the character is, because in her mind, she thinks she's doing something great by doing this revolution.
Yes.
But she's being a shitty person to like someone she created and brought into the world. And that makes her a horrible person. So as much as she thinks that she's doing something right, she's actually not really. And at the end of the movie, she even says in her letter, nothing really came of all the stuff that she did. She didn't really change the world. She just kind of, I think she was along for the high of the adventure of it all,
She loved guns.
Oh yeah, she was definitely high in not only the adventure, but also like her relationship with Leo was really, in her mind, a very sexual relationship.
Yeah.
But I think it goes into one of the themes of the movie that even like Leo's kind of at fault at, is like when you are like a revolutionary.
Yeah.
It literally is, as the title says, it doesn't stop because you had a kid.
Right.
There are consequences to the things you did as an adult that will come upon you if you just stop doing what you're doing. So even though like Leo's doing the right thing by his kid, he really should have never been a revolutionary if he wants to have
had a kid.
Yeah.
One or the other. But he never seemed like the best revolutionary. Even
he was just the arms guy.
Yeah, he was just the.
It doesn't really paint the revolutionaries in a great light either. They kind of are kind of bumbling around.
I mean,
a lot.
Perfidia does like 3 shitty things right in the opening. Right? She goes to see Lockjaw and sleeps with him.
She cheats on
Bob. She abandons her family, and then she fucking rats them out, and then takes off. It's kind of crazy. That whole just her actually. Going to see Lockjaw, I was like, I did not put together that he was going to end up being the father, even though I should have, because
I did right away.
The very next shot is that great shot of her like 9 months pregnant shooting the fucking rifle. And I'm like, that can't be good for the baby.
Yeah, I did pick up on that. And I also think, that scene where he's in the store.
Yeah.
And he's like following Leo. He's like, oh, you got a daughter. And then, that's a black name.
Yeah. And
like, goes, right away. He's like, that might be my kid.
Well, he's like, you like black girls?
Or he's like, jealous. He's like, you're fucking my girl.
Yeah, well, when he's spying on her, he sees her Leo grab her ass and gets jealous right away, right?
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing But it does establish that he's very fucking creepy.
Yeah, I think that the opening, sets the scene, establishes Perfidia as this enigma, establishes Sean Penn's character, and then sets you up for like the 16 years later, where now it's like Leo's movie.
Yeah, I love that. I love that they got these little communicators, and he leaves with the baby, these communicators, and a set of code words he's supposed to memorize. And you cut to 16 years later, and fucking Chase Infinity is so good in this movie. I was so surprised. She's training with Benicio del Toro, and to her dad's just a paranoid fucking stoner. She barely respects him. But from this point on, this movie just fucking goes, and things happen one after another. And we are introduced to the other crazy subplot, which is that Lockjaw, he tracks down all the French 75, except for Bob, gets a Medal of Honor, and gets invited to join the Christmas Adventurers Club. The whole thing is so weird and hilarious and wacky, and it's just a whole bunch of white people who actually run everything. And he has to lie about having an interracial affair. The questions they ask him are crazy. And he's like,
that's the propulsion of the movie, right?
Yes.
Is that he has to take care of Perfidia and Bob now.
Yeah.
To eliminate so that he can become in this esteemed white supremacist
he just
club.
wants to be in this silly fucking group. It's so creepy.
But I like the line where he's like, find me a reason to get to wherever that city is.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Backton Cross. He tracks them down very quickly.
Yeah. But, it's like, I think PTA is trying to, hint at how the government can just find reasons to invade places.
Oh, yeah. And disappear people. They snatch fucking Howard Somerville right from his house, put a hood on him. That was kind of a fun scene. And then, he's under the guise of immigration and drug busts. They go in and they bust up like all these shops, and they go to the high school.
Well, I want to pause there or just talk about that. I think when like this movie really kicks into gear when we get to this, like the 16 years in Leo, and even like the funny stuff where Leo's like, is it a they, them?
Oh, when her friends come over and skate, he's like, what's up, homie? That's how you knock on somebody's door?
He does this whole Bad Boys 2 impression.
Yes. And he's like, if you do anything to her, I will do the exact same thing. He's like, hey, whoa, what's up, SA? You cool? We cool?
Yeah, it was fun. It was entertaining.
Fucking funny.
Fucking funny.
But what I was also getting to is like, I think that when they're in the town, some of the shots are just like the way the world unravels, where it's like he's with Benicio, and Benicio's taking him through all these different, like the shop becomes like an underground tunnel, becomes an apartment complex where he's doing this Harriet Tubman thing.
Yeah.
And like just the way the world unfolds on camera, like it doesn't seem like much, but think about it like a lot of movies. You wouldn't even like understand the geography of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie just like things unravel and you see more and more than things become more than meets the eye. Yet it's still funny because this whole time Leo's like, I just need to fucking charge my phone.
Yeah, he's trying to charge his phone though.
I mean, every time he called the hotline was fucking funny. He's like, listen, I fried my brain. I don't know the codes. Can you just tell me what the rendezvous point is? And the way he berates the guy and finally gets it. He's so fucking funny in this. I loved all that. And then,
but that scene is so like big.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have like the protests happening.
Oh, there's like fires and riots and SWAT team out on the street.
Yeah. And then you have like them jumping across the roofs and shit. And I'm like, this is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it like cuts and then all of a sudden he falls down the fucking roof.
It's so funny. And then the guy, then he calls the sensei. He goes, hey, your boy fell off the roof and got arrested. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, he got tased. But
I just thought that whole thing like was so riveting and so awesome to look at, yet so funny.
Yeah.
Like there were so many emotions I had during that scene.
It's doing a lot of things at once.
Yeah.
It's juggling a lot of different things.
Yeah. Because in other directors' hands, I mean, I liked Caught Stealing, but even in Caught Stealing, for example, it's just very straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a chase.
Yeah.
Where this is like, it's a chase, but there's this shit going on and this shit going on and this shit going on.
He's like one step behind him and Bob's one step ahead of him. I mean, I even love the moment where the protests and he's like, send in the dudes. And then you see the guys come in from the back and just throw a Molotov cocktail and now they can go in and fucking
like Antifa type dudes.
Yeah, that shit happens. I was like, I know that shit happens.
Not even Antifa. It's like an inside job on the right.
Any
like,
protest, bro. Anybody who does that, you're like, somebody could have been sent in to do that. You don't know. And they just show it. It's great. I love when she goes to the dance and then Deandra finds her little communicator with the melody goes off and she knows the code words and she gets to safety and then they got to interrogate all the kids.
The line, though, when they're talking about the codes, the line where he's just like, I fried my brain.
I got really high. So let me tell you, I've had moments where I'm just at home, just smoking, getting high. And then something really important, urgent happens. And you're just like, fuck, I'm too high for this right now. I wasn't expecting this. So I can fully relate to fucking Bob here.
That's every time I've been high. This happened.
I was like, every time you're high, I'm like, God, I hope nothing important happens because I would be useless. And and even when he finds out the code, he's like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to fucking kill you. Some stupid code. It's so funny.
I love how he like enacts some sort of thing to get the manager. And then the manager's like, dude, that's Bob. He's like, he's a legend. What are you doing?
That's the greatest line where he goes, let me ask you a question. He's like, no. He's like, no, Bob, you'll get this one. What's my favorite kind of pussy? Because Mexican hairless. He's like, oh, it's Bob. He's good. Apologize to him. Tell him where to go. Fuck. And then Sensei,
he's funny too. He's great.
The fact that he's calm and their chaos. He's got the rifle for Bob. I love where he's like, I got a Mexican Harriet Tubman situation going on right now. I got to fix it. So
I love how he's just like, how calm he is and how he's like, I got I know exactly what to do. I know where to send people, where you should go. I know what I've dealt with this shit.
Get him to line up and he's got that tunnel already. And he's
what about when he gets pulled over by the cops?
And
he's still calm as a cucumber. But
he's like, I had a few beers.
I just love how he's like casually like
dancing.
Well, not only the dancing, but they get in the car or like every time he sees Leo, he pulls out like a few beers. He's like, here you go.
Yeah, he's constantly
he shows up with beer.
He's constantly giving a beer.
And they're just casually drinking and driving.
Yeah.
It's kind of great.
It's fucking crazy.
Well, speaking of the drinking and driving, the line Leo has, he's like, I know how to drink and drive.
Yeah, he's like, what are you talking about?
Like his daughter gives him shit. How did you get home last night? He's like, I know how to drink and drive.
I love when he's got that roach clip and the phone call, and he's like, fuck, what do I do? And he just keeps smoking the joint. It's so funny.
Every time he smoked the what is that, like the pot, out of the pipe or whatever, where he's like,
oh yeah, he's hitting the bong. Yeah, he had a little pipe
bong.
in the car.
Everyone in the theater, my theater, was just dying laughing.
Well, in the beginning when he goes to the school and he's like, oh, you got the Grand Wizard Ben Franklin over there teaching him right things. So he's a revolutionary.
How much did you relate to him being high like that?
Oh my God. I mean, he Big Lebowski'd the shit out of this, right? Where it's very similar. Whereas the dude, stuff just kind of happened to him, right? He really didn't have anything to do with it. He was just there. This one, at least it's like, it's because of him. He's involved and he's just got to figure out what to do.
I mean, I have to reiterate, when he falls off the roof, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Why did that kill him? That was tall. That was like 4 stories high. He bounces off the tree.
He landed on his face.
Yes. And then instantly gets tased. It's fucking funny.
That's those little things, right? Yeah. Where I think PTA is like, usually a big subversion is like, it's like the biggest point of the movie. But here it's just like a casual thing where this guy's running on the roofs. It's just all of a sudden just fucking falls.
Like, what's going to happen? And Sensei just cared about the gun.
Like the whole time that he's running on the roofs, these young kids are like fucking going fast.
They're parkouring it, and he's like
this old guy. Yeah. He's like,
they're just
in his 40s.
When he was doing that, I was like, I was thinking about myself in that, like in my 20s, I'd be jumping like that too.
Yeah.
But like, if I was chasing those kids now, I think I'd be acting more similar to him.
Yeah,
right?
Like,
wait a minute. Let me put one leg over the other.
He clearly did not judge that jump between buildings before he went, because he just went and he went down. It's fucking funny.
Falls, maybe breaks his fall a little on the tree, but face plants, gets up and tased immediately.
It's fucking great. But the immigrants escape, so you got like detention centers, you got Sensei running his own little fucking deal. Deandra brings Willa to this convent, and she lies about having a phone, so they kind of find her, because she did have a phone. But here, she does learn her mother was indeed a rat, that's a kind of an interesting scene. And then, meanwhile, the Christmas Adventurers Club have found evidence that Lockjaw did father mixed race child, and they send this dude Tim to just make it clean. They tell him,
Yeah.
make it clean.
Clean enough so I can eat off the floor.
Yes,
That's how
that guy was
What does that mean? He wanted them to kill Bob too.
Both of them.
Oh yeah,
and
get
make
rid of
it
everything.
clean. Make it look like
Kill Bob. Kill
Can't be
and
traced
kill
back to
Sean
them.
Penn.
Right.
Yes.
Because they can't have the fact that they let in some guy that was fucking a black girl.
Yes.
And had a kid.
Yes. And he has a fetish.
I do love you. I mean, you might have about to say this. I do love even that hospital scene where they just are like, you have diabetes.
Sensei's got some power, man. He's got inside people at the jail and the hospital. You're
going to go to the bathroom and go towards the fire escape and get out.
And he's waiting for him. But before that, you have the whole scene where Lockjaw does finds the convent and finds Willa, and conveniently has a DNA test with him. I guess he was planning on this. And
not conveniently. I know that was the plan.
Yeah, portable DNA test, and runs the test and confirms in front of her that he is indeed her father.
Well, he goes, if the bars line up.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
They don't line up, you're good.
I love the way he says it. He's like, the bars line up.
Uh-oh. And then it's another great scene where Bob has to jump out of the car as Sergio, the cops are chasing him, and he just kind of tosses him out of the car. He gets another car, reaches the convent, takes a shot as they're moving Willa, but he's not good because he's fucking stoned. And then this just crazy sequence of Lockjaw handing Willa off to Avanti, who we saw in the beginning, who snatched Howard Somerville. And
he's a Native American man.
Native American, and he tells him, he's like, he's not even real Native. He like talk shit about him. But he wanted him to take care of her, kill her, and he wouldn't do it.
That was cool when he grabbed the gun and went in there and killed everybody.
That was crazy. So he tells him to just take her to the safe house, I guess, where she's going to be handed off and somebody else is going to kill her. But
so it's a white supremacist safe house.
White supremacist safe house. And he just that whole scene is so good. And he just gets up and unhandcuffs her. And the guy's like, what the fuck you think you're doing? And he gets himself gunned down.
That scene very reminded Tarantino. Me of, very Tarantino or Coen Brothers where it's like, oh, wait a minute. There's all of a sudden like a Mexican standoff type shit going on.
Yes, and everybody gets shot. And she's really smart. She like gets the handcuffs in front of her, has to get the key, and gets into Avanti's car and takes off and drives right past Bob as he's looking for her. But he's really looking for the black van. And he sees the black van. But before he can get to Lockjaw, Tim out of nowhere just rolls up, fucking shoots him in the head. I wasn't expecting this. I was like, oh, fuck.
All right. Here's my one quip with this movie. One of my very small quips. And we're going to talk more about the scene, but how the fuck are they finding each other?
I don't know. He found him real quick.
Because he's finding Tim, you said?
Tim finds Lockjaw.
And then
it's like one road.
Bob is finding what's the girl, his daughter.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't have, all he has is that like beeping thing that'll beep if you're within 100 yards.
There's one road with that stand on the corner, and literally Tim and Willa drive by him, and he doesn't. There's just one road. I don't know. It's the only road out there.
And then how does Tim know to go after the daughter? Like, how does he know that she's in that car?
He would not have known.
Yeah, it's a thrilling fucking scene.
It is that's a good point though. How did he?
But I don't know how they know where each other are.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, Willa takes off, drives past Bob. Bob finds Lockjaw's car crashed, and he's all scared because he thought Willa was in there. You think he's dead. She's not in there. And then you see Willa notice there's a car following her. Tim must have just guessed that the only other car out here, I don't know, must have had Willa.
I think the inference is that he knew that Lockjaw had gotten the daughter and he needs to find her now.
Yeah. And then she does another really smart thing by just leaving the car just past the hill so that he rolls up real fast and smashes right into the car. I was like, God damn, that was brilliant.
I have never seen a chase scene with the Hills film like that, where it's like you're almost on a ride.
Yes, it was
he has a camera in there.
It's locked on the car. It was very shaky, but it's also like the shots of her driving are really cool.
But it is like very suspenseful because every time the car goes down the hill, you lose track of where they are. Yeah,
it's like a classic fucking car chase. very simply, but done. And it's just clearly the geography. I was like, where's this road? I think they shot it in like Texas and parts of California.
No, it was California.
California.
Yeah.
But just to use the up, and that's like you said, Ruggs, very Hitchcock. To use the disappearing of the car as tension is fantastic. So yeah, she jumps out and she asks for the code words and shoots him dead. And this is like, she's fucking killed her first dude and she's freaking out. And then Bob does find her and they drive off. She's fucking traumatized. And Lockjaw's not dead. I was also laughing my ass off. With
He's the
that
Terminator,
shot
man.
of him with bloody. Man, Sean Penn's just walk, his demeanor, his posture was so good.
I wrote down he's lost in the role.
He became,
he's a completely different person.
Yes, he becomes this character. And the next thing you see is Lockjaw in the Christmas Adventurer's office as they're accepting him into the club. And they show you his face and it's all fucked up.
What does he say that he got what? He was taken advantage of. The way he says it is so funny.
I was reverse raped.
Reverse rape.
He goes, it was a semen thief. And then that guy goes, a semen demon? A sperm thief. Demon. And he goes, semen demon. I was like, well, who the fuck are these people? That was fucking funny too. What the fuck is this? Like, it's so surprisingly funny in the weirdest place. A semen demon, he says with a straight face. Holy shit. And they're like, oh, I'm going to bring it to your office. Sit down. Oh, I forgot the keys. You knew something was happening.
They gave him the corner office, and he's all like,
"Look at this view!
So fucking happy,
so proud of himself. This is what he wanted. You could see it in his eyes.
Puts his feet up on the desk, like, oh yeah, I made it.
They just gas him and kill him.
So I put it in the chat. There's a scene from Vertigo, from Hitchcock, where they're in San Francisco on the hills, and they're driving through the town. Yeah. It's not the same, but it's got the same vibe.
So a lot of Hitchcock movies were filmed in San Francisco, and he used that a lot. And the one time I visited San Francisco, I felt like I was in a fucking Alfred Hitchcock movie the whole time because just the incline roads. Yeah.
No, this is very similar.
It's very. You can see the Hitchcock influence. So Lockjaw's dead. They burn his body. Does all the get rid of the evidence. And then Bob and Willa are someplace. I guess they're safe now. I don't know where they are. They're not on the run. And Bob gives Willa a letter from her mom. And we get to hear Perfidia's voice one last time. She reads the letter. And then Perfidia, even though having never met her mom, and she's got one kill under her belt, decides she's going to be a revolutionary. And she's off to a protest in Oakland, 3 hours away by herself. And Bob's just like, that's cool. Have fun. Be safe as he's smoking a joint. So she becomes.
Yeah, I didn't like that ending.
She becomes a revolutionary. How would you have ended it? Okay, couple of questions. Should the mom have come back? I feel like a normal, contrived, convenient writer would have the mom pop up in the third act to save them.
That's what I thought was going to happen the whole time.
That's what I thought was going to happen. But you know what? It would have been too fucking convenient. You'd be like, what the fuck? How did she pop up out of nowhere?
Right.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think that that's the way that she gets into the movie. I think it's Sean Penn who finds her, or the people that are after, because she got away. Who was she to get away with it?
And if he's still in love with her and obsessed with her,
so she wouldn't come. Her character is too selfish to come back to save anyone, but she could think that she's getting away with it, and then Sean Penn would have gotten her. That's the way I thought it would have ended. But I also don't like the fact that they're in their own house that was just raided by the government.
Is that the same house? It was unclear. That's why I was like, are you guys safe now?
It looked like the same house.
Oh, my God. I was like.
And they have cell phones now.
Yeah. So all that shit just went out the window?
And everybody was looking for them. So, I'm like, they didn't. If there was some kind of a thing where they got a deal or something, or they're off the hook, we don't know about that. We just assume that that's that.
You would have to relocate again and get even another set of
a little sloppy.
So I agree with Ruggs with part of that. So I agree with Ruggs. I think them fast forwarding to them just being in the house, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. You had a lot of people in the military looking for you guys. And you guys are like French 75
they're
were
terrorists.
So, yeah. They might have been considered domestic terrorists, right? So that doesn't make any sense. What's her name? Willa?
The daughter or the mom?
Willa. Willa. I actually don't have a problem with Willa becoming a revolutionary because throughout the movie she is a bit rebellious and even against her dad. So I think that's part of what her mom had just by nature imbued in her. And I also think what they're trying to get at is like the father-daughter relationship and how a dad is very overprotective.
Yeah, he's loosened up now.
Yeah, he's loosened up, and it's like to the extreme, right? Where he's like a revolutionary, but like I think that's just part of what her nature was. Like she was always going to be.
Throughout the movie,
I would think though that finding out that your mom is a rat that
would turn you off,
abandoned you for no reason, and not only that, but like it turned in all of her friends, and all the shit that she didn't end up doing anything except for hurting the people around her. Why would she want to emulate her mom? As like the only reason I would think that Willow would become a revolutionary is to hope to run into her mother.
Oh, so my perspective on that is that she realizes or she understands that it is like as a revolution, it doesn't stop.
Right.
So like her parents' sins are now passed on down to her.
Yeah.
And she can't just stop it. So she's taking the path of, okay, well, I'll continue it. And while Leo is like older and he realizes, you know, like, hey, I don't have the youth to do this and I'm smart enough not to do this. Like that's part of being a teenager is you have to let the kid go out and do their own thing and realize their own mistakes. And I can't protect her from the world forever.
I do like the thing that maybe she's doing it to run into her mother. That kind of, but throughout the movie, you know,
I don't think she likes her mother. I mean, I think she like is at peace with her mother.
Yeah.
But I mean, her mother was revealed as a traitor.
The Lockjaw and the nuns throughout the movie tell her, we see your mother in you. You have it, you know? Yeah. I love when she's like, she asked the nun, she's like, do I look like her? And she goes, not a bit.
She don't have those crazy eyelashes.
Yeah. The big booty. I mean, there is a thing about like hypersexualizing black women kind of thing going on, but it's part of him being a creepy, perverted fucking piece of shit.
He's so good in that role.
He's so good at playing this fucking pervert, fucking creepy piece of shit character.
He's so leathery.
Yes.
And so creepy.
So old and just the way he has his mouth turned down, every little, he's
even
like
the way he speaks, like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Why would that be a problem? Fucking great. The music, you guys, what'd you think of the music and the score? The music is kind of crazy because you had some fun needle drops.
Just like jazz and weird.
You had acoustic guitar, and then literally that whole third act has like 2 piano notes going. It's just going ding, 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 like constant. But I thought it worked, like to keep the pace going. Like it stuck out.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it stuck out. And they played
that was one of those where I was like, okay, PTA is putting like his spin because this isn't typically the music you'd hear in these types of songs.
Yeah. It was like, very like improv jazz. But then Steely Dan's Dirty Work, it's a great song. Now, let's discuss. We talked about the mom was not a good person. She should not have come back. Everyone calling it a masterpiece, an instant classic, the hype, the marketing. What's interesting about the marketing is Leo just went on the fucking Kelsey Brothers podcast.
He's been all over.
And then Chase Infinity is like heavily been putting them on TikTok. And even Fortnite is doing like one battle after another skins. So they're really trying to get people to watch. But is the hype accurate? Over? Under? Anthony.
Oh man.
Is this a masterpiece?
I mean, the hype would have you believe this is the greatest movie of all time.
Yes.
I mean, it's very, very hyped. It's one of those things. I think it's very, very, very good. And I think it's like almost like a larger discussion on the effect of hype. Like, is hype, when you go into a movie that hyped, is it the fault of the marketing to overhype it? Or is it your own fault for not being able to regulate your own emotions going into a film? Right. Yep. So I don't know. I think it's, if enough people, here's the thing. If enough people believe it's a masterpiece, then it's a masterpiece, right? Yeah. But so I don't know if I would fully go there, but I do want to try and give it another watch. Yeah. I would say there are some movies that I like even more this year than this movie.
Yeah.
But even just talking about this movie with you guys, like I'm having a lot of fun talking about it.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack because he does give you a lot of fun stuff.
There's a lot to chew on.
There's a lot to chew on. Ruggs, what do you think of the hype?
Well, I think I don't know. The hype, well, there was a lot of hype, but I didn't let that bother me.
Okay.
That didn't really play into how I feel about it. I know what to expect from Paul Thomas Anderson. I know
Right.
I'm going to get a long ass movie with some curveballs thrown in there, and there's going to be some strange bullshit going on. And, you know, because Boogie Nights is full of that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's some movies that don't, like The Master doesn't have anything like that. But Licorice Pizza does. And so there is a lot of movies where he's got that levity, these weird characters that are strange. And all those things happened when I saw the movie. It had more action than normal I like that.
Yeah. Action was
And
good.
the actors that are involved, like Sean Penn, everybody did a great job. And so I was satisfied, and that ending in that movie on this propulsive chase that keeps going.
Yeah.
It led to a good theater experience with high tension, not quite F1 level where my heart was pounding out of my chest the whole time, but it did elicit something from me as far as excitement. So I have to say that I didn't expect to go to a PTA film and be excited.
Right. Or have fun. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is a movie. All of his movies, like, it takes a while to process the movie. Like, you got to sit with it. And then I agree. Like, it deserves a second watch because so much shit happened. You kind of want to go back now that you know.
Like, is it a masterpiece?
Is it an instant classic?
I think it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Which means it's worth watching.
Yeah.
And I think all of his movies are worth watching at least once.
Well, I also think if you don't want to go in and watch this movie and be like, hey, what's the, like, think about the deeper themes or whatever.
It's a fun time.
It's still enough. Like, it's still, I think it has enough forward propulsion throughout the movie. At the end of the day, it's a chase movie. Yeah. Yep. I think one of the questions I wrote down is, like, you know, we can talk about the masterpiece, it being a masterpiece or not. Like, I already think this is probably one of the best thrillers ever made.
Yeah.
You know, this is more of an action thriller. There's, you know, the psychological thrillers, but when you think about, like, the all-time great thrillers, like Silence of the Lambs or Seven, or, you know, think about like your chase films, like Snatch or things like that, like those type of movies. Like, I think it's just as good as a lot of those films in terms of, like, you feeling like you're just locked in, like, what's going to happen next.
Right. It grabs you and it keeps going.
Right. I mean,
I don't know if I go that far, but I do think that it's a very well executed film.
Yeah.
I'd
be curious to see where this, like as time passes, where people would consider this on, like, a all-time thrillers.
Anthony, let's talk to Anthony Polanski here.
Oh, we're going to go to Oscar corner?
Oscar nominations. What do you see? I feel like it's going to get a bunch.
Oh, this is, I mean, if you see, the only thing that's going to hold this back from getting, like, all the award wins is if the narrative is, hey, this movie made no money, and that just becomes the narrative. Otherwise, like, to me, this is the front runner for everything. This is going to be nominated for probably 8 to 10 awards.
Yeah, all the performances. Best picture.
Well, the performance, Leo for sure, Sean Penn for sure,
Chase.
Maybe Chase. It depends who they want to campaign. But, like, a lot of the technical awards, I think the narrative around this writes itself, right? So PTA has been nominated for, I think, 10 or 11 Oscars, never won. Everyone is saying this is, like, his masterpiece. Mm-hmm. I think this is the clear front runner to win Best Picture.
Well, it's the topical thing.
Yep. Topical.
It's, you know, it's got this revolutionary they're trying to do undo the bad stuff from white supremacist America.
Is it too political for,
you know? No, I think that they were going to lean right into it.
I mean, they stopped short of saying, like, MAGA or Antifa, but they're leading right into it.
Well, I don't think they're necessarily also saying this is a good or a bad thing. I think it's just kind of, now, as this movie gets more popular and more people see it, and it starts, you know, Oscar season starts to come out, there will be, you know, you can bet on it, all your life on it, or maybe not that much, but bet some money on it. There will be a whole this movie is too far left type narrative that comes out, right? So that's coming. That's going to come.
Yeah, but Emilia Perez got a fucking nominated. If that fucking thing gets nominated, this should.
No, but yeah, this movie's going to be nominated for Best Picture. It is a top. It is the front runner in my opinion. It's probably at the very least a top 3 contender for Best Picture.
Paul Thomas Anderson, 11 Academy Award nominations, 0 wins.
The narrative is there. It's similar to the narrative when Scorsese did The Departed, where
it's time.
No one was like, "Oh, The Departed's his best film," but they're like, "This is the best. It's his time."
Well, and he has made like his most commercial, accessible, entertaining kind of movie here.
Right. People are also comparing it to Nolan's Oppenheimer, where they're like, it's his time. The only thing though with that comparison is Nolan's films are like gigantic box office draws, whereas PTA's never been that guy.
Nolan can pull the
There's
money.
only 2 directors right now on name alone that draw money. It's Nolan and it's Tarantino.
What about James Cameron?
What about Spielberg?
James Cameron does, but he doesn't do it enough. He doesn't come out enough. James Cameron. So Spielberg, if you saw his last 2 films have lost money.
They did not do well.
Last 2 films have lost money. Fucking Scorsese was up there. His movies are losing money. There's only 3 guys. Ruggs is right. 3 guys that are still name alone making money. No, Denis Villeneuve just started getting there.
Okay,
but he's doing a franchise. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I'm talking about. You put your name on something somewhat original.
Yeah. People are going to go see these Avatar movies, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
James Cameron,
You see that new trailer? It's fucking dope. It was great.
No. I'm there. Trust me, I'm there.
But yeah, this is. But it's right now. If you want to go like Best Picture, like contenders, it's this one.
Yeah.
Hamnet, which is a Chloe Zhao movie that's going to come out.
Yeah.
It's a very sad movie.
Yeah.
And then probably Sinners is number 3 right now.
Okay, well, having said that, Anthony, why don't you rate it? I also want to know where it ranks in your favorite movies this year.
Yeah.
And Paul Thomas Anderson, even though you haven't seen one. I guess you can.
I think this was a lot of fun. I think this movie will probably go up in rating upon multiple viewings.
Yeah.
But right now I have it as a 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason I have it there is I thought it was really, really fun. Yeah. I'm struggling with like what you were writing, like what's it trying to say, and maybe some of the deeper things that like a Sinners has.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really fun, really good. Might have been a little overhyped, which maybe dampened my enthusiasm after. But I have it ranked as my 4th favorite film this year.
Yeah, see, that is a fair, reasonable fucking assessment.
I have, so just for some perspective, I have Weapons 1, Sinners 2, Sorry Baby 3. 1 Battle After Another 4, and then F1 is 5.
Okay.
Thunderbolt 6.
Okay. Ruggs, same questions.
Well, I didn't rank Paul Thomas Anderson's my favorite. It's my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, okay. But you've only seen Magnolia.
But I've only seen 3. There Will Be Blood's probably like a better fucking singular performance.
That's the best one.
But this one is like easier to watch than There Will Be Blood.
Sure. Okay. Ruggs.
It's for Paul Thomas Anderson films, it's 3rd. It's and I think it's tied with Magnolia for me.
Okay.
But it's obviously Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, and then it's tied with Magnolia for 3rd. And Licorice Pizza's right behind there. As far as what I've seen this year, I think it's up there. It's in the top 4 or 5. Yeah. I really liked F1. I like Sinners. Yeah. I liked Weapons. Yeah. So this is up there with them.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to give it an 8.5 too.
Yeah, you know what? It's not my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I'm the same. I think I would go Boogie Nights, Magnolia, this movie. I haven't seen There Will Be Blood. I want to see it. That'll probably change once I see that movie. I would also give it an 8.5. And again, it is up there with, for me, Sinners, Weapons. And I forgot about F1. That's also good. So, all the same, but it's definitely one of my favorite movies of the year so far.
I got a question for you to keep you guys on your toes.
Yeah.
Where does this rank as far as all-time Leo performances?
Oh man, Leo is really good. And I thought it was interesting that he's playing like,
I got a better question.
Yeah.
This or Once Upon a Time
in Hollywood? It's a very similar kind of character, similar performance. where he's like,
I like him better
think
than this.
The Wolf of Wall Street is one of his best performances.
Yes. Well, he has a lot of roles where he's playing like the suave guy who's got it all together, has figured everything out. And I love him kind of playing his age here. I really like this performance of him. I thought it was really funny. He plays the fucking stoner part brilliantly. And it was just fun watching him in his robe.
Those are all, the three you brought up are all like great performances.
Yeah. And he has so many, though. This is the dude who started in fucking Growing Pains, for fuck's sake. And
he was almost Spider-Man.
He was almost Spider-Man. And like, you think of What's Eating Gilbert Grape when he's younger, and the Aviator, Catch Me If You Can. Like, he's good in everything, man.
Titanic.
Like, he's good in everything.
The Departed.
Everything. He's good. He's so good at everything.
Shutter Island.
I like
Django Unchained.
Yeah.
I think Django Unchained, if you think about his performance there, he's a fucking diabolical guy in that movie.
Yeah.
The Revenant.
Yeah.
He's got a lot.
He picks really good projects, man. Like,
he works with the best directors.
Yes. He
works with the best directors, and he stays away from like the big IP stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever see him in a Marvel movie.
No,
he just doesn't want to do it.
No, why would he ever do that?
Yeah, he commands $25 million.
$25 million, yeah, and you get to work with Sean Penn, who fucking just stole the movie.
You get to work with the greatest director. You get to work with PTA and fucking Quentin Tarantino and Adam McKay. Cameron. You've worked with everybody.
So again, I got to give it up to Chase Infinity, her first movie, for her to be able to keep up with fucking Sean Penn and Leo. And perfectly fit in, and you buy it, is amazing. Like, I don't know where she came from, where that came from.
The debate in Oscar circles is of the three women who gets nominated.
Fuck. Tiona Taylor.
A lot of people are saying Chase.
It should be Chase. Tiona Taylor's only in the first act of the fucking movie.
That's the strike against her. She's only in it for
Regina
a little
Hall was fine. But It's Chase, man. It's Chase, Sean Penn, Leo's movie. These are the three stars here. These are the three standouts.
Yeah. They're saying the early thing is right now is Leo gets nominated, doesn't win.
Yeah.
Chase gets nominated. I don't know if she wins, but it's like Sean Penn's award to win.
Yeah. Yeah, he is his career also wild if you think about Fast Times at Ridgemont High and where he came from and all the shit he's done, and he kind of stopped doing movies for a while, and he is super political and very vocal, and the man just doesn't give no fucks. Like, he's kind of fucking awesome.
My favorite, I didn't answer my own question. My favorite all-time Leo is Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay. Yeah, there's so many, but this is all right. Good stuff, man. It's a crazy movie. Wild ride. Definitely check it out on a big screen. It is worth it in terms of cinematography.
Yeah, if you are one of those that's banging the drum for big budget original movies, although this is based off of a book, with auteur directors, like, there's no reason you shouldn't see this movie.
Yeah, it's that book is like, it has a lot of the same plot points and kind of the whole father-daughter relationship, but then he just wrote like different stories, and it kind of does follow the book. It's very interesting how he adapted this, because it's not like a straight adaptation. And
he said I don't think the book is in modern times.
Right.
So fun fact for PTA, this is his first movie since Punch Drunk Love that was set in the present.
Yeah, and it's like a weird present, because I was like, is this happening now? When is this? Because the book deals with 60s counterculture, revolutionaries and Vietnam War and shit. And he just made it, set it present. So, yeah, it's a reflection. It's an artistic reflection of what the fuck is going on.